Welcome to this particular video. So in this particular video I have created Unreal Engine and like I have used Unreal Engine to implement a series of interactive feature using Blueprint, combining collision detection and animation system, and user to for the user to interact dynamically for a good gaming experience. So this is kind of a blueprint that I came up with, like for my third person interactive player. So as let me walk you through the demo real quick, so I will get to like what all things I have implemented as part of this assignment. So I have designed a automatic opening mechanism. Basically I have used it for a door. So when a player enters or like a visit near to this particular door, as you can see, on component begin overlap event is being triggered, activating a timeline that controls the rotation of the door. So I have utilized a float curve within the timeline to define a door smooth rotation, allowing its gradual motion and like a realistic opening motion. So I have included line tracing to ensure that the door reacts with the player only when the player is facing to the door, and like he makes sure like if he's facing somewhere else, like the door doesn't open. So this was one of the thing that I have implemented. So as you can see, you go close to the door, so unless and until it's within the box collision, it will not open. But however, when once he's close and he tries to open this particular door, it will be open. So this was the very first feature that I implemented as part of this interactive way. So second thing was this light. So as you can see, there is an interactive light system that responds to the player's movement. Similar to the door, I have used the box collision around the light. So once he is close to this particular light and he tries to interact with this particular light, it will be turned on and off based upon the box collision. And there are like various events, like on component begin overlap event that turns on the light, and like on component end overlap turns the lights on. So this was the interactive thing that I have implemented for this particular project. And the third thing, similar to this, using the box collision, I have used this particular chest. So I have imported this particular chest, and like when the player comes within this vicinity and he try to engage with this particular chest, a chest is open. So as you can see, when the within the proximity of this chest and he's try to open it, like you can see like it has open this particular chest. So this was the third interactive thing that I have implemented. So lastly, as you can see, for the animation thing, I have imported the skin. So this particular skin, I got a 3D object from internet for this particular player, and like I try to blend this particular thing to adjust the mannequin that we have in the Unreal. So as you can see, I have also created like ideal position, as well as like various position for this particular character. So for the ideal state, like this particular animation, I have used like a time frame to adjust this particular thing. And secondly, like for the jump, I have used this particular thing. So there are three sets of motion that has been placed in this animation. So first is like jump. So when it jumps, there's like a different animation that I have captured. Secondly, when the player tries to drop to the ground, so there's the second set of animation that I have implemented as this part for. And for like running, as you can see, there's a set of animation that I have captured, and like based upon the stance of this particular thing, it will be implemented. So I have created the blueprint for that thing as well. So the next animation that I have implemented is the flying animation. So there's a transition that rule that I have implemented for this. So every time a player try to transition, or like I have map F with this particular transition, so every time a player uses F, so this particular transition is applied, and like this player is transformed into a bird. So I have got a 3D model for this particular bird, and like once a player presses F, there's a simplest transition between a character and a bird. As you can see, I have mapped this particular animation. So whenever there's a transition between a player, I have also given an effect to this particular thing. So once you press the F, there's a transition between like a character to the bird. So these are the things that I tried to implement in this part of project. It was a good learning experience, and like I tried to got to know the usage of the blueprints within the Unreal Engine. So this was for the demo. Thanks for your time.